called as Continental drift theory. Continental drift theory, Alfred by Alfred Wegener. Alfred Wegener, 1902. దానికన్నా ముందు దానికన్నా ముందు ఏ సైంటిస్టులు అయితే ఉన్నారో, స్కాలర్స్ అయితే ఉన్నారో, దే వేర్ హ్యావింగ్ వన్ హైపోథసిస్. What is this hypothesis? Is that wherever the land is present, land is present. Wherever the water is present, water is present. Ante land will not move, water is not moving. Ardhamainda? Ante land is stationary. Land is not moving. But this was stuck down by non-geographer, climatologist. Okay, non-geographer. He is said the theory called as Alfred Continental drift theory. But two peculiar things unnai. What was that? Coal is found in higher latitudes, fresh water is found in lower latitudes. Two things might have happened. One, if this is your earth, okay, ఇది earth అనుకో, ఇది equator kada, equator దగ్గర you will find generally fresh water lakes. Okay, you found actually equator దగ్గర coal form అవ్వాలి, అవునా కదా? Coal should be formed here and fresh water lakes should be formed here. Fresh water lakes ఇక్కడ ఫామ్ కావాలి, అవును కదా? అంతే కదా? So two things might have happened. One, why here, like why these peculiarities? There were two things. Either earth ఇలా ఉందనుకో, ఇది ఈక్వేటర్ కదా, 0, ఇది 90, అంతే కదా? Yes or no? Earth would have been tilted totally. కానీ ఇక్కడ ఏం చూసామా మనం? Did I tell you the earth is tilted to 90 degree? అంటే this theory is wrong. Then what could be other? Continents are moving. Continents are drifting. So when they are drifting, climate would have changed. Climate change occurred. Ardhamainda kaleda? Yes or no? That means when they are drifting, the climate would have changed. And due to the change in the climate conditions, there might be frozen, or there might be once upon a time, Sweden might be at equator or tropics. Ande Sweden might be at equator or tropics. When it was in the equator and tropics, cold form, but now it is moved to the 70 degree, 76 degree latitude. Got the point? So why these continents are drifting? How these continents are drifting? What are the evidences that he have given? Evidences was not given by Alfred Wegener. Evidences for continental drift theory was given by others. Otherwise, you would not have studied this continental drift theory. Alfred Wegener. Alfred Wegener has two peculiar things. One was coal at the higher latitudes, freshwater lakes in the lower latitudes. Yes or no? So Alfred Wegener. Two things are there. One, coal at higher latitudes. Higher latitudes. And freshwater lakes in the lower latitudes. Lower latitudes. Ante kada? So Alfred Wegener peculiar things or abnormal things. Abnormal things. He observed two things. So he said that there was a Pangea. First, initially there was a Pangea. Initially there was a Pangea. Pangea means landmass. This is called Pangea. Pan means all, Gea means land. Okay, there was a Pangea, and this Pangea was surrounded by water body. So there was no oceans like today, right? Kani, this is your water body that is called Panthalassa. 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 Pan means all. Lassa means water. All water at one place. Pan means all. Gia means land. So all land at one place. Clear? Now this was before the Carboniferous period. He said that, sir, this Pangea was there before the Carboniferous period. Now, before the Carboniferous period, pre-Cambrian era, Cambrian era అని ఉంటుంది. Geological time scale ఇలా ఉంటుంది. Right. So this is your geological time scale. They are divided as eon, era, period, epoch, life forms. Okay. So first is eon. మనకి ఇప్పుడు క్యాలెండర్స్ ఉంటాయా? Yes or no? 2025, 2026, 2027, 28. These are called time period, years. Then we have months, we have days, then we have time. Yes or no? Right. So here aeon. Aeon means Hazon, Archean or Proterozoic. Generally this is called, these are divided like this. Pre-Cambrian era, Paleozoic era, Mesozoic. Don't remember this, don't by heart also. If you remember, you will become geologist. Okay, Mesozoic, Cenozoic. Clear? These are called Pre-Cambrian and Cambrian era. Pre-Cambrian and Cambrian era. So pre-Cambrian, that means in the pre-Cambrian period, he said that there was one landmass called as Pangea and Panthalassa. So in Carboniferous period, this is pre-Carboniferous period. Carboniferous period ante idigo ikkada. This is your Cambrian. Ikkada. Yes or no? This is your Carboniferous period. Carboniferous, where coal is formed. Actually, coal. This is your Carboniferous period. All these areas, region. Right, clear? Pre-Cambrian. Now, here you see. This is Carboniferous period. Or it is also called as Cambrian period. Cambrian period. Clear? This one. Now this one got divided into two. The Pangea was divided into two. One is called as Laurentia or Angara. Angara or Laurentia. And the other is called Gondwana. Now, in between there is a water body which has arrived. Yes or no? In between water body, this water body is called as a Tethys Sea. Dinne emantaru Tethys Sea. How did the Gondwana name came? Actually, there was a British people, scholars. ఒక రోజు ఇండియాకి వచ్చారు. ఇండియాకి వచ్చి ఒక పాతకాలంలో when the British, before it was very back centuries క్రితం ఇండియా వాళ్ళు బ్రిటిష్ దగ్గరికి వచ్చారు. బ్రిటిష్ వాళ్ళు ఇండియా దగ్గరికి వచ్చారు. So what happened during that period? They visited this Chota Nagpur Plateau. Chota Nagpur Plateau lo region, Chota Nagpur Plateau ante Odisha, Chhattisgarh, West Bengal, ఆల్ దిస్ ఏరియా జార్ఖండ్ ఏరియా ఇవన్నీ ఛోటా నాగ్పూర్ ప్లాట్యూ అంటారు. అది చదువుతాం మన తర్వాత. అయితే ఈ ఛోటా నాగ్పూర్ ప్లాట్యూలో దేవర్ ట్రైబ్స్. Okay, tribes, and mostly Chota Nagpur plateau is rich in coal. Right, clear? Rich in coal. There was a tribe called as Gonds. Gonds are a tribe on the world. So they have extracted that all this Gondwana plateau is rich in coal. All the Gondwana part, South America kavachu, Africa kavachu, Australia kavachu, India kavachu. Okay, you'll see that they are divided into 4 continents. So these all 4 have one common phenomena, that is coal. And there was a tribes who are living in this coal area. They were called as Gond. That's why the name came Gondwanas. Is the point clear? Yes or no? Now who divided them? And in Carboniferous period only it was got divided. Carboniferous period. Carboniferous period. Ferrous. సార్ ప్రీ క్యాంబెరియన్, సో కార్బోనిఫెరస్ పీరియడ్ అన్నారు, ప్రీ క్యాంబెరియన్ క్యాంబెరియన్. మరి దానికన్నా ముందు ఏముంది? పాంజియా కన్నా ముందు ఏముంది? నో ఆన్సర్. ఆల్ఫ్రెడ్ విగ్నర్ కుడ్ నాట్ ఆన్సర్ దట్. yes or no? He could not. Sir, Carboniferous period only the land Pangaea was broken into 2 parts. One is called Angara, one is called Gondwana. Why in Carboniferous period only it was broken? No answer. Answer లేదు. అవునా కదా? Because he's not a geographer. Point clear? He did not answer. But he said that there were 2 forces who were responsible for that breaking. What was that force? First force, the forces which were responsible for breaking. Okay, the forces which were responsible for breaking. Forces. 2 forces. First force is called the gravitation force of the earth. Gravitational force. Gravitational force. Second is called tidal forces. Tidal forces. Tidal forces of moon and sun. In Japan, these 2 forces are responsible for the breaking down of the Pangaea. It is also one more force of flotation good anta. They are also called as a force of flotation. Flotation. Force of flotation. Flotation. These 3 forces are responsible. Force, tidal forces, gravitational forces, and force of flotation. Is it clear? Sare oppuntam. These forces are responsible. Tarvata counter iddam. Okay. There was a counters for that also. I'll tell you. Now what he said, then he said that, sir, it was further divided. Let us see now. The present Gondwana and Angara was further divided like this. It was further divided like North America, South America, then we have Asia, Asia. Then we have Africa, India, Australia, okay, Australia. Then we have Antarctica here. This is Antarctica, sorry, this is Australia. It got further divided into different continents. It is not present continent, okay. Then next stage will be, it got further divided like this. The east-westward drift was very more. West side drift was very high. Endukatla ani adigaru kontamandi. Endukante tidal forces are moving. The movement, tidal forces, that is nothing but the attractions of the moon as well as sun. They are more on the western side of the earth. That's why the western side of the continents were moving at faster rate. Sare oppuntam. Okay. So it said that like this. Right. Right, clear? Then here it is not the present continent, okay. India was here, somewhere here. India ikkada undi. Australia ikkada undi. Right? Africa. These are the things. That means the continents are drifting. The continents are drifting. Then he said that the continents further drifted and the continents got further drifted and made the present landform. The present landform. The continents got further drifted and formed S-shaped Atlantic Ocean. India further drifted and formed Indian Ocean. Then the Tethys Sea, the present Tethys Sea, this is Indian Ocean, this is Atlantic Ocean, and present Tethys Sea was reduced to Mediterranean Sea. And the Pacific Ocean got shrink. The size of the Pacific Ocean got reduced. Panthalassa unda, danne Pacific Ocean unda. So size of Pacific Ocean was reduced due to the drifting. Idi theory. And one more, he said that the Sial is floating on Sima. Okay? Sorry, tarvata question adigadu. Sir, venni baane unnai, super explanation, you are a wonderful, you became a geography, without knowledge of geography, you became geographer. Tell me some of the questions. Adugu. Anna. Sir, can you tell me how these islands were formed? First question. Can you tell me the mountains, how the mountains were formed? Second question. Third question, what were the forces that was responsible for drifting of these continents? The continents enduk drift ayyayi. What were the forces? He gave force of flotation, force of gravitation and tidal forces. Sare. అయితే అక్కడ ఉన్న వాళ్ళు సార్ మీరంతా కూడా మీరు ఉన్నారు, మీరంతా కూడా వాక్ చేసుకుంటూ వచ్చారా, గాల్లో ఎగురుకుంటూ వచ్చారా? గాల్లో ఎగురుకుంటూ ఎవరు రాలేదా? ఎగరనీకి రాలేదు. ఎందుకు? ఏంటిది ఎవరు అన్నారు? ఏంటిది? రెడ్ బుల్ తాగలేదా? తాగిపిస్తా. రెడ్ బుల్ ఏం కర్మ, హెచ్తో స్టార్ట్ అయితే అది కూడా తాగిపిస్తా. రైట్, క్లియర్? Why it did not, why the tidal, if the tidal forces are too strong, you would have been flying in the air. Ardhamainda? Yes or no? You would have been flying in the air. You would not have walked and come to the classroom. You would have been coming to the classroom by flying. That means tidal forces are not attracting you. If they are not attracting you in such a high, how can they attract large mass? That's a question. అర్థమైందా? మిమ్మల్నే గాల్లోకి లేపలేకపోతుంది టైడల్ ఫోర్సెస్. How can they attract the land mass which is thousands of tons of kgs? అర్థమైందా కాలేదా? Yes or no? That means tidal forces are not responsible. First punch. Okay na? Second punch. Okay? Second. ఏమన్నాడు? How the islands were formed. How these mountains were formed. So in 1912 వరకు మౌనంగా ఉన్నాడు. 1912 లో he became a geographer by modifying his own theory. Became geographer. ఎలా modify చేశాడు? ఫస్ట్ ఏమన్నాడు? Sial is floating on Sima. Now he said that no, that's wrong. Okay, Sima is resistant. Sial is been resistant by Sima. Sima ఏది? Water body. Sial ఏది? Continent. Okay, when the Sima ఇలా ఉందా? Yes or no? This is your continent, this is your water body. So Sial is getting resistance by, this is your Sial, this is your Sima. సో సియాల్ ఈస్ బికేమ్ రెసిస్టెన్స్ బై సీమా. అంటే ఏమవుతుంది, రెసిస్టెన్స్ ఇస్తే ఏమవుతుంది, ఇక్కడ ఫోల్డ్ అయిందా, ఫోల్డ్ అయిందా, ఫోల్డ్ అయిందా, ఎస్ ఆర్ నో, ఫోల్డ్ అయింది. కాబట్టి దిస్ ఏరియాస్ Rockies mountains, Andes mountains were formed. Wow sir, excellent. What a theory. 1912 you modified your own theory and gave what an excellent. Sir, మరి ఐలాండ్స్ ఎలా ఫామ్ అయ్యి ఒక పేపర్ ఇవ్వండి చెప్తా. వేస్ట్ పేపర్, డు నాట్ టేర్ ఎనీథింగ్. See, this is a paper, right? Identidi paper. Now assume that these are continents. Okay? What he said, west drift was attracted faster. Why west drift was attracting faster? Due to the tidal forces. Sorry, tidal forces. That means westward drift is faster than the eastward part. This is the western side. This is the eastern side. Meko. Antena? Antena. Right. Okay. So this is your western. This is your eastern. So what happened? The westward drift was moving at very fast rate. When the westward drifting was moving at fast rate, the continents got broken and the leftover part became island. Clear? Yes or no? Westward drifting was faster and the leftover part became islands. All the leftover part became islands. That became Sri Lanka, that became Philippines, that becomes Indonesia, that becomes Alaska. Alaskan these areas or Caribbean islands కావచ్చు, జపాన్ ఐలాండ్స్ కావచ్చు, ఇలానే డ్రిఫ్ట్ అయ్యి ఇలానే విరిగిపోయి ఇలానే పడిపోయి. అర్థమైందా? And they will, okay, wait, later we'll see. So due to the differential rate of drifting. What an explanation, sir, excellent. Sir, మీరే అన్నారు కదా మరి ఫస్ట్ సియాల్ ఈజ్ ఫ్లోటింగ్ ఆన్ సీమా, మళ్ళీ మీరు ఎలా చెప్తారు సీమా ఈజ్ రెసిస్టెంట్ బై సియాల్? నో ఆన్సర్, నా దగ్గర ఆన్సర్ లేదు, పోండి అని అన్నారు. ఇస్ ఇట్ క్లియర్? ఐ డు నాట్ హ్యావ్ ఆన్సర్ ఫర్ దిస్. నా థియరీ ఈజ్ ఫైనల్. వాట్ ఈస్ అన్ ఎవిడెన్స్? నో ఎవిడెన్స్. సార్ మీరు అన్నారు కదా గ్రావిటేషనల్ ఫోర్స్ ఈజ్ అట్రాక్టింగ్ ద ల్యాండ్ మాస్. Gravitational force valla there is a northward drift of the continents, and due to tidal forces there was a leftward drift of the continents. Sir, gravitational force anta ekkunte mari ee roju India ikkadne endukundi? Question, yes or no? If gravitational force is such high, why is India at that position only? Why Africa is at that position only? Why South America kindane endukundi? Painke ellali kada, ఈ ఐలాండ్స్ కూడా పైనకి వెళ్ళాలి కదా, మరి వెళ్ళలేదు. దట్ మీన్స్ ద ఫోర్సెస్ విచ్ వర్ గివెన్ బై ఆల్ఫ్రెడ్ వెగ్నర్ ఫర్ కాంటినెంటల్ డ్రిఫ్ట్ థియరీ వాజ్ రాంగ్. మరి ఈ థియరీ ఎందుకు చదువుతున్నాం? ఇంత రాంగ్ అయితే ఎందుకు చదువుతున్నాం? అంతే కదా. ఇఫ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ రాంగ్, వై ఇట్ ఈస్ దేర్ ఇన్ జాగ్రఫీ? వై it is there in geography? If it is wrong, forces are responsible for drifting, wrong. Avuna kada? Yes or no? Then tidal force, what are the forces? Islands were drifting, islands were formed due to the differential rate of drifting annadu. Mari ala aithe chaala islands form avali ikkada. Avuna kada? Not one. There are many islands to be formed here, but there are no single islands. Kunne unnai. Yes or no? Kunne unnai. Kani all islands are not formed here. Yes or no? Why differential rate of drifting is not possible? Gravitational force is not possible. Seema is not resisting Sial. Seema ekkada undi? Mantle దగ్గర ఉంది, అవునా కదా? Sial is lithosphere. మరి lithosphere లో కూడా వాటర్ ఉన్నాయి కదా, మరి why they are not resisting? Got the point? Now what is the answer? Sir, prove it. అన్న దగ్గర లేదు సార్ ప్రూఫ్. వెళ్ళిపోయాడు. 1912 అయిపోయింది, 1915, 1919 World War I ఓవర్. ఎస్ ఆర్ నో? నౌ కేమ్ ఒక సైంటిస్ట్ ఉన్నాడు. వాడు ఏం చేస్తున్నాడు అంటే ఒక పజిల్, అంటే ఒక దెర్ వాజ్ వన్ ప్రాబ్లమ్ విత్ some of these experiment. So he was solving that problem. A problem రావట్లేదు. వాళ్ళ కొడుకు వచ్చి డాడీ ఆడుకుందామా, డాడీ షెల్ వి ప్లే అంటే వీడితో ఎలా అని ఏం చేశాడంటే, అరే నీకు ఒక పజిల్ ఇస్తా, ఆ పజిల్ నువ్వు సాల్వ్ చేసావనుకో నేను నీతోనే ఆడుకుంటారా, నీ ఇష్టం అని. అవునా డాడీ తొందరగా ఇవ్వను. సరే అని పజిల్ ఇచ్చాడు. వాళ్ళ డాడీ ఏమనుకున్నాడంటే, వీడికి ఎట్లయినా 2 గంటలు పడుతుంది సాల్వ్ చేయడానికి, ఆ 2 గంటలలో ఐ విల్ సాల్వ్ మై ఎక్స్పెరిమెంట్. అర్థమైందా? వాడు వెళ్ళాడు, పిల్లోడు వెళ్ళాడు, 10 నిమిషాలు వచ్చాడు. ఏమైందిరా మళ్ళీ వచ్చినావు? అయిపోయింది డాడీ. అయిపోయిందా? ఏ చూపి అని అంటే, వాడు మ్యాప్ ఉందా, ఎస్ నో దిస్ అ మ్యాప్. ఆ మ్యాప్ వాడు రివర్స్ చేశాడు. రివర్స్ చేసి అన్ని కాంటినెంట్స్ అన్ని జాయిన్ చేశాడు. ఈ కాంటినెంట్స్ అన్ని వాళ్ళ డాడీ ఏం చేశాడంటే విడదీశాడు. విడదీసి ఇచ్చిన మ్యాప్ ని వాడు ఏం చేశాడు, ఆ కాంటినెంట్స్ అన్నిటిని జాయిన్ చేశాడు. That became the Pangea of the world, and this is an evidence. That evidence is called zigzag fit. A small child has gave evidences for continental drift theory. That is called zigzag fit. Zigzag చూపిస్తారు. Zigzag fit. See this. Alfred Wegener 1912, but 1902. First evidence, first theory 1912. Second, there exists a big landmass. Assumptions was free floating of sea all over Sima. Oceanic crust was passive. Forces responsible for tidal forces, gravitational and tidal forces playing a bigger role. Right? So this was your map. Zigzag fit. Anni atikkichada? Atkichada? Yes or no? That means the continents were fitting exactly with each other. And the continents were once upon a time joined together. That means continents have been drifting. But forces which were responsible for drifting is not that which Alfred Wegener gave. Got the point? Yes or no? Continents are drifting. You can see this zigzag fit. You can see this zigzag fit. See this zigzag fit. Zigzag fit to the shape. South America and Africa is seen to fit with each other, especially the bulge of Brazilian fits with the Gulf of Guinea. This is Gulf of Guinea. This is Gulf of Guinea. This is Brazilian. So exactly they fit with each other. Zigzag fit antam ikkada. This is called as zigzag fit. Point clear? Yes or no? 1. Second, Greenland seems to fit well with Baffin Islands. Ikkada untundi Greenland. Actually madhyalo untundi. Paina North America paina untundi. Greenland, that is not given. Okay, they are fit with Baffin Islands. See the Baffin Islands. Baffin Islands. Baffin Islands. BAFFIN. North America పైన. నార్త్ అమెరికాలో పైన ఈస్టర్న్ సైడ్ ఇలా ఉంటుంది. ఉందా? Baffin Islands here. This region, Hudson Bay దగ్గర, this is called Hudson Bay. Hudson Bay పక్కన Baffin Islands ఉంటాయి. ఉన్నాయా? Right? There is a street called as what street? Street పేరు Davis Street. In the Baffin Islands. So Baffin Islands and Greenland. You see the Greenland. They exactly fit with each other. Yes or no? అందుకే చెప్పాడు సార్ Baffin Islands create in the differential rate of drifting. Eastward, పాపం ఈస్ట్వర్డ్ ఫాస్ట్ గా డ్రిఫ్ట్ అవడం వల్ల అవి ఏమయ్యాయి, ఐలాండ్స్ ఫామ్ అయ్యాయి. గ్రీన్లాండ్ లెఫ్ట్ బిహైండ్. ఇస్ దిస్ క్లియర్? శ్రీలంక ఎలా క్రియేట్ అయిందంటే అలానే క్రియేట్ అయింది అంటాడు. ఇట్ ఈస్ నాట్ ట్రూ. ఓకే, ఇట్ ఈస్ నాట్ ట్రూ. బట్ అకార్డింగ్ టు ఆల్ఫర్డ్ వెగ్నర్, differential rate of drifting led to the formation of islands. Point clear? Next you see the eastern coast of Madagascar of India Eastern coast of India. Eastern coast ఏది? Eastern coast ఏది? Odisha, your Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, your Tamil Nadu and Kerala. That's part of the Kerala, but mostly these areas. West Bengal నుంచి Tamil Nadu వరకు. They are one. Madagascar and Africa seems to be joined together. This one. ఇక్కడ చూడండి. Africa, these areas were joined together. These regions. This is India. They were exactly fitting with each other. Okay, one was Brazilian coast with Brazil with Guinea. Second, Greenland and Baffin Islands. Third, the Madagascar, Africa and India. Point clear? Yes or no? So this is jigsaw fit. You can see jigsaw fit structure. This is called jigsaw fit. First, the jigsaw fit one. Right? Okay. So, okay, jigsaw fit. Okay, I'll tell you more. Okay, second one is rocks. Actually, the second evidences are rocks. Wait. The second evidences are rocks here. Third evidences are glacier deposits. Okay, first one is jigsaw fit. Second is rocks. You see these rocks. What is the first evidences? Evidences for continental drift theory. Evidences of continental drift theory. What are the evidences? Do not write, just listen. Okay, I'll make you write. First one was jigsaw fit. And then second is rocks age. Rocks age. What is this rocks age meaning? Same age. If you look at the coast of same, like before, rocks same age. Same age. If you look at the coast like this. Right. So can I say in Atlantic Ocean, this is your Atlantic. Atlantic Ocean. Avuna kada? If you look at the ages, if you look at the mountains here, this mountain we have these mountains are called Appalachian Mountains. Appalachian Mountains are broken down when they got separated. Actually ga ikkada oka mountains untayi. They are called Scandinavian Mountains. Scandinavian Mountains are the extension of Appalachian Mountains. When both were there, when both were combined, Scandinavian Mountain, Appalachian Mountain okate. But when they are got separated, they one part gone up, other part remained here. Ardhamainda? That means ages of these rocks and these rocks age are similar. If they are similar means they are joined together once upon a time. Ante kada? If they are similar, that means they were joined together once upon a time. Then only the ages of the rocks can be similar. One more. Africa, that is Brazil, here, Brazilian coast rocks, Gulf of Guinea. This is called Gulf of Guinea. Rocks. Both ages are similar. Point clear? Yes or no? That means these were joined together once upon a time. Is it clear? Two evidences gave. Now third evidence. Third evidence was there is a huge placer deposit, gold deposit. Gold placer, that is called as a gold deposits deposits at Gulf of Guinea in Western Africa, at Western Africa region, Gulf of Guinea coast, Gulf of Guinea. See this, don't write, just see this. Actually, gold bearing, see, this is called as a gold deposits. Actually, gold bearing rocks are found in Africa, not in, sorry, are found in South America. This is your South America. Right? Here you have Africa. This is the region of Africa. Clear? Gold deposit rocks are found here. This gold deposit rocks. Gold deposit rocks. మరి ఇక్కడి నుంచి అక్కడికి మరి గోల్డ్ మాత్రం ఇక్కడ డిపాజిట్ అవుతున్నాయి. అదేం సార్, గోల్డ్ అక్కడ ఉంటే ఇక్కడికి ఇలా వచ్చాయి? మధ్యలో అంత పెద్ద సముద్రం ఉంది, ఎలా వచ్చాయి? కాళ్ళు వచ్చాయా? మరి ఏంటి? దిస్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ ఎస్ ఎ ప్లేషియర్ డిపాజిట్స్ అంట. ప్లేషియర్ డిపాజిట్స్. వాట్ ఈస్ ప్లేషియర్ డిపాజిట్స్ మీనింగ్? Meaning is simple. See this. Pleasure deposits meaning is this is the river. Okay? Scene में చూసారా ఎప్పుడైనా? రివర్ లో 1 minute వీడియో కూడా ఉంది. రివర్ లో రాళ్ళు ఉంటాయి. ఆ రాళ్ళని జాలితో కలెక్ట్ చేస్తారు. దే కలెక్ట్ విత్ సమ్ టూల్. దాన్ని వాటర్ లో ఇలా 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 అంటుంటే లాస్ట్ గోల్డ్ వస్తూ ఉంటుంది. Yes or no? Same way, what will happen? There is a rock here. This rock, gold bearing rock, this is rock called as gold bearing rock, bearing rocks, gold bearing rocks. Gold bearing rocks are been traveling along this river. Yes or no? Now can I say here, after erosion, the deposits will be formed here. These are what? Gold bearing rocks. Gold. All the gold will be deposited. Gold bearing rocks ekkada unnai? Ikkada unnai. River end lo there will be a deposition of gold. River end lo there is a deposition of gold. These are called pleasure deposits antam. Mari ikkada river lede. River ledu. Mari gold ela deposit ayindi? The river which started here, this river is called as the river which started. This river is called as Amazon River. Amazon River was flowing in Africa too when it was joined together. That's why Western Africa has gold deposits. Ardhamaindi anukunta? Yes or no? Amazon River was flowing in the Western Africa. But when it got divided, Africa, tarvata Amazon River merged into Atlantic. Heard the point? Yes or no? This is called gold deposits or pleasure deposits. This is the third evidence. Now fourth evidence. Fourth evidence is behavior of the animals. Okay, behavior of the animals. Fourth one, behavior of the animals. Of animals. Sorry then sir, behavior of the animals. How can it be? See, simple. ఏమైందంటే స్కాండినేవియన్ కంట్రీస్ ఉన్నాయా? వాట్ ఆర్ స్కాండినేవియన్ కంట్రీస్? ఇక్కడ కాదు, ఆఫ్రికా కాదు, యూరోప్. స్కాండినేవియన్ మౌంటైన్స్ చెప్పానా ఇప్పుడే? వాట్ ఆర్ స్కాండినేవియన్ కంట్రీస్? స్వీడన్, ఫిన్లాండ్, నార్వే. నార్వే అంటారు, డెన్మార్క్. ఆహా, Scandinavian countries, these are, yes or no? These Scandinavian countries lo mountains unnaya? What mountains are there? Scandinavian mountains. Ila. These are your Scandinavian mountains. This is a Scandinavian mountain. This is all water body. Which water body? Atlantic Ocean. Atlantic Ocean. Is it clear? These are what? Atlantic Ocean. Now, there is a tendency for the animals. Today also a tendency ఉంది. ఆ tendency ఏంటంటే they always move towards the western side. For anything, for everything, if their population growth occurs, they want to search for the food. If they want to change their habitation, address change అవ్వాలంటే they will move always to western side. అందుకనే ఆఫ్రికా, ఇఫ్ యూ లుక్ ఎట్ ది ఇండియా అండ్ ఆఫ్రికాలో లయన్స్ ఉంటాయా? ఎస్ ఆర్ నో? మోస్ట్లీ యూ విల్ ఫైండ్ ఇన్ సవానా రీజన్స్ ఆఫ్ ఆఫ్రికా లయన్స్. సవానా రీజన్ అంటే అది సవానా రీజన్ ఎక్కడ ఉంది? ఈస్టర్న్ సైడ్ ఆఫ్ ది ఆఫ్రికా. ఎస్ ఆర్ నో? మిడిల్ అండ్ ఈస్టర్న్ సైడ్ ఆఫ్ ది ఆఫ్రికా ఓపెన్ చేయండి. సవానా రీజన్ ఇది దట్ రీజన్, ఈ రీజన్ అంతా సవానా రీజన్, ఈస్టర్న్ సైడ్ ఆఫ్ ది ఆఫ్రికా. ఈస్టర్న్ సైడ్ రజనీకాంత్ ఉంటాడు, అక్కడనే ఉంటాడు రజనీకాంత్. అవును, కావాలని చూడండి, మౌంట్ కిలిమంజారో ఉందా? కిలిమంజారో అదే సాంగ్. ఈస్టర్న్ పార్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆఫ్రికా ఇస్ ఎ సవానా రీజన్. అంటే గ్రాస్ ల్యాండ్స్ ఉంటాయి. సవానా అంటే గ్రాస్ ల్యాండ్. ఇక్కడ ఎక్కువ లయన్స్ ఉంటాయి. ఓకే, దీస్ ఆర్ మెయిన్లీ యువర్ లయన్స్ విల్ బి దేర్. సో మనకు ఇఫ్ యూ గో టు ఇండియాలో ఒకే ఒక ప్లేస్ లో లయన్స్ ఉంటాయి, గుజరాత్ గిర్ ఫారెస్ట్. అది వెస్ట్, ఇదేమో ఈస్ట్. అంటే బోత్ వేర్ కంబైన్డ్ వన్స్ అపాన్ ఎ టైం. అర్థమైందా? ఎస్ ఆర్ నో? ఎక్సెప్ట్ వెస్టర్న్ సైడ్ లో తప్ప లయన్స్ ఇంకెక్కడ ఉండవు ఇండియాలో. సార్ మా జూ పార్క్ లో మొన్ననే చూసిన, అది కాదు, న్యాచురల్ హ్యాబిటేషన్స్ ఆఫ్ ద లయన్స్. Tigers are only found in India, Nepal, then Bhutan, China, Russia, and Central Asian countries, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan. Clear? Yes or no? Is it clear? No. That means here you have to see that there was one animal, rat family, called as flemings. Okay, దాని పేరు ఫ్లెమిన్స్. FLEMMINS, ఫ్లెమిన్స్. MMINS, ఫ్లెమిన్స్. ఫ్లెమిన్స్ అంటే ర్యాట్ ఫ్యామిలీ. ఇలా ర్యాట్స్ ఉండేవి. ఇది ర్యాట్. దట్ ఈస్ ర్యాట్ ఓన్లీ. క్లియర్? ర్యాట్ ఫ్యామిలీ. అయితే ఈ ఫ్లెమిన్స్ ఎప్పుడైతే పాపులేషన్ పెరుగుతాయో, whenever the population increases for these flemings, they have the tendency to move towards the western side, thinking that there is a land mass. ఎందుకు? ఇది స్కాండినేవియన్ కంట్రీ కదా, అంటే ఇది యూరోప్. ఇటు సైడ్ ఏముంది? నార్త్ అమెరికా. So what is the tendency? Whenever the Flemings population increases, they tend to move towards west. If they are moving towards west, అలా వెళ్తూ సముద్రంలో పడిపోయి. మాస్ suicidal of Flemings. మాస్ suicidal. ఒకటి కాదు, రెండు కాదు, కొన్ని వేల ఫ్లెమిన్స్ చచ్చిపోయాయి. ఇప్పుడు కూడా చచ్చిపోతాయి. ఎందుకలా? ఇట్ ఈస్ బికాస్ దే హ్యావ్ ద టెండెన్సీ దట్ ద లెఫ్ట్ సైడ్ దే విల్ బి ఏ ల్యాండ్ మాస్. అంటే ఏంటి? వన్స్ అపాన్ ఏ టైమ్ యూరోప్ యాజ్ వెల్ as నార్త్ అమెరికా వేర్ combined together. So this is a mass suicidal of Flemings. Mass suicidal tendency. Mass suicidal. అవి కావాలని చచ్చిపోవు. దే థింక్ దట్ దెర్ ఇస్ అ ల్యాండ్ మాస్ అని. కానీ కొండ చివరిలో ఉంటుంది కదా, ది జంప్, థింకింగ్ దట్ దెర్ వుడ్ బి ల్యాండ్ మాస్. కానీ ఎక్కడ పడింది? అది వాటర్లో, చచ్చిపోతాయి. Is it clear? This is a behavior of the animals. Shows that there was a landmass, both the landmass were combined together. Point clear? Then one more. That is called this Fleming's. See this. These are fossil fuels. These are all fossil fuels. That means, for example, you see Glyptorus, Glossipteris. Fossil called as Glossipteris. This fossil. This fossil is found in Australia. This fossil is also found in Antarctica. It is also found in India, Africa, South America. And ఒక fossil ఎప్పుడు ఉంటాయి all continents లో ఎప్పుడైతే ఈ continents were combined together, climate was favorable, then only these fossils will grow. Animals can also be surviving in that conditions only. Is this clear? Yes or no? So there was this Africa, then South America, all these are the fossil evidences. That means once upon a time they were joined together. This is called as continental drift theory evidences.